So last episode, I said I'll be tracking these people because they literally teleport, and to give them credit, they actually are on a boat traveling to the location, but they still do teleport. I'm not over this. I will be talking about it later. I'm not joking.
You're Oiwoka show.
I hope you know, by the way, Idate only says his name because we don't really know it yet. It's been said once, and that's it.
You're like me. You've never trusted anybody in your life, and you've never thought of anybody but yourself. You abandoned your village, betrayed your brother.
Guys, I have something to say. I'm sorry for hating on the writing of this arc, because what we just saw is easily one of the most beautiful pieces of writing in all of media. Like, as you can see, we learn about Idate and Aoi in such a natural way. We learn that Idate, like, what's his name again? Aoi? Never trusted anyone in his life. He abandoned his village.
Betrayed your brother.
And it's not just told to us by one of them, and we don't learn it in such a straightforward way. It feels real. What makes exposition good is when it doesn't feel like exposition. And this, as you can clearly see, is a perfect example. Because what we learn here doesn't feel like exposition that we don't get further told later. It's just perfect. It's peak, guys. 0 out of 10. So I'm pretty sure that little shimmer, or whatever it's supposed to be, is just to show that the Sen Bomb has poison on it. Which, if that's the case, then that's just one of the multiple animation choices used to cut budget. I'll point out at least one more. Okay, here's a good time to mention something I just hate about this arc, because I won't do that a lot in this episode. Naruto's strength during this entire arc does not follow any rules. For example, in canon Naruto, Naruto's not just like abnormally weak at times, and when he's abnormally strong, it's explained. But in this arc, he's either average or just randomly strong depending on what the writing needs in the moment. Like, this guy was the first to be dragged down, and he continued to be dragged down until Sakura and Sasuke get got. But the second he needs to be free to use his shadow clones, he becomes like a superhero and kicks these guys cause fuck them. And then after he gets his clones off, they just immediately grab him again like he's nothing. So it's like he got this random power boost from thin air. And like, I don't know, I'd be fine with it if it was just like Ninetales chakra, or even he like struggled to get free for a second, but they didn't do that because of whatever reason. Here's another case of saving budget. Usually shadow clones have like a big poof, but this time they kind of just fade in. And to give them at least some credit, there is a big poof, it's just that the clones didn't spawn in normally. So I guess it's more like wasting time than saving budget. So I actually had a whole point written out about how Naruto doing this would make no sense. Because Rasengan isn't just a rotation in one direction, it's multiple. But actually, looking closer at it, it's not a full Rasengan. It's just him using stage 1 of Rasengan training, which was rotation. It's pretty much him doing what he was doing to this water balloon, but without the water balloon. And you know what? That's actually very creative. And it works in Universe 2, or at least makes enough sense to be passable in anime, so actually, great job. Unfortunately, that praise is short-lived, because Sakura randomly passes out for no reason. I mean, there is a reason. Just like, you know, if she passed out, Sasuke probably should have too. You know, considering they were under the same conditions, this tornado thing. It's just that she passes out and he doesn't.
I've got you, Sakura! Hang in there! You're gonna be okay!
You reckon this is like Sasuke being jealous of Naruto? Like this would be his first time seeing him walk on water, so maybe Sasuke's like, damn, when do you learn that? When do you get ahead of me? That's at least how I've seen it. I got a note from my friend I want to read. It says, don't ever do this to a woman. Ever. Because this is not how someone looks if they were going to perform CPR. Like, actually yuck. Okay, Idate, lock in. In 3 episodes, this man has dropped the knife twice. Like, you'd think he'd find a better spot for it considering how much he cares about it.
Once the poison finishes spreading through your body, you'll be crossing a different sort of finish line.
This is actually a really cool line, which is what I would say if he didn't say it more than once. Unfortunately, that's not a joke either. I'll point it out next time he says it. Cool touch, but there's actually tears in Idate's eyes. I might have been hating on the animation earlier, but that's something they didn't need to do, so good job. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like this attack maybe should do more. I like the concept of it, it just feels like nothing. Like they just fall on the ground, but after it doesn't seem like it did anything to them. And when that crushes the ground like that would hurt more than this. Blink and you miss it, but there's Sakura wound continuity.
Needles that deliver a deadly poison. No matter how strong you may be, you already have one foot in the grave.
Don't laugh. He was serious.
Remember, if anything goes wrong with this race, we're the ones who'll have to face the boss.
This is Zaku's voice actor, by the way, if you couldn't already tell. He actually has a lot of roles in Naruto. I'm thinking of 2 specifically that aren't Zaku.
Take this. Lady Tsunade gave them to me. She stopped me as we were leaving the village.
Yeah, if only we saw that, right? You know, before this, so it didn't seem like it was just out of nowhere and a random ass pull. I don't like using that kind of phrasing to describe moments because it's usually used by degenerates, but I mean, that's what it kind of is.
What happened to Aoi?
He's gone. So you're telling me that's that character's name, Aoi?
You got that, right? This character? Are we serious? I don't even need to tell you why that's so bad, right? You know it. Sasuke should have been looking at us when he said it. Unfortunately, I didn't record me watching these episodes before deciding to overanalyze this arc. In hindsight, I really should have. It would have been really funny. But let me just tell you, I had this episode paused at this moment for a while. I needed a break after seeing what we just saw, and I wish that was a joke. I went on a walk mid-episode. I took a lap. Like, I needed to process what I just saw. I think this was like the first official moment too where I kind of just thought to myself, like, should I even bother? And when I got back, by the way, I didn't keep watching. I made the community post and waited. And you know what? That 17% no was speaking to me.
A sensei I knew back in my Leaf Village days.
What?
Cool touch, but literally everyone reacts to this. They didn't need to do that, so shout out.
I haven't even thought of the Leaf Village since the day I walked away from it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call bullshit on that. I'll talk about it later. So it's pretty clear Idate's backstory is meant to parallel Naruto's early story with Mizuki. In Idate's case, however, it's becoming Chunin, not Genin, and Aoi is the villain, not Mizuki. But it falls really flat for me, at least this specific rendition does for a lot of reasons. Number 1, Idate's not really that likable to begin with. He failed the Chunin exam once, and that's a lot more shallow compared to Naruto failing becoming a ninja 3 times. Number 2, cause like Aoi said, Idate only thinks about himself. And we know that his 10th question was meant to show how comrade-focused he is. More on that in the next few episodes. But him failing that question shows that he's selfish. There's no other way to put it. And if that's the case, and he doesn't care about his comrades, then who cares that he failed? All he's shown to us so far is that he's selfish, annoying, hateful, and rude to everyone except for one human being we've seen on screen for 5 minutes total. So it's hard to sympathize with someone like that, just straight up. Like, I don't care about this guy, and it's really hard to. It's almost like they've done everything in their power to make us hate this guy, and just because his story parallels Naruto's doesn't mean we're gonna like him now. Number 3, this guy doesn't care about being a ninja. We know that because he isn't one, and we just heard him say he hasn't thought of the Leaf Village. So it misses that factor of Idate needing this the same way Naruto did. He clearly doesn't care that much, he just wanted the title, not anything that came with it. And number 4, this whole flashback is so world-breaking because they tried to parallel it so on the nose. I don't care for the second Hokage's blade at the minute, I won't be talking about that, but the Scroll of Sealing? That's the same thing Naruto stole. And how old's Idate? Like 15 now? 13 in the flashback, if I'm making a rough estimate? If that's the case, then he would have only stole this like 2 years ago. And you're telling me they wouldn't have added extra security after someone stole something so valuable? Like, what the fuck? I get fillers to an extent. Not really, but like, I can see that as long as it's done right, it can add more to some characters. But when you get too close to what's real, you start to unintentionally mess with it, and that's what this does. To people who don't know that this is filler, this makes Naruto stealing the scroll so insane. It makes the village seem like a bunch of bums, and like, why? Why mess with this? And there's so much more I can say about this, about how fucking terrible it is, but like, I don't want to hate all the time.
What do you suppose they'll do once they find out you stole their treasures?
So it was all just a trick?
Hey, so remember not long ago Idate said he hasn't thought about the village since he left? Well, he cared enough about it to get mad once he found out Aoi lied, so yeah. Did he just stop caring about the leaf once he left? That would fall in line with his character. You know, he's selfish, only cares about himself. Whatever else Aoi kind of just told us earlier. This is a good guy, by the way. Jeez.
Don't even think of quitting. Who says this race is over? You have no way of knowing how things are gonna turn out!
I know I've been pretty critical this entire video, but this whole conversation is really good. Maybe it's them using one of my favorite songs in Naruto's soundtrack, but Naruto speaking sense into Idate is good because it's what he would do. He would try and help someone like this because it's him in a way. And even if it's simple, it hits well enough for a good moment.
No, stop it, Naruto! What are you doing?
Stay back. Leave them.
Fucking why, dude? I get that we need this moment with Naruto and Idate, and I said I liked it earlier, but why is Sasuke doing this other than he needs to? It's so stupidly out of character. In fact, Sasuke in this arc is just out of character the entire time.
It's starting to look like he just ran off, isn't it, boss?
He'll come.
Okay, so this guy at the start of the episode was on a boat. In that time, all that's happened is that Idate got his ass beat, Team 7 ran ashore, and then also got their ass beat. They then went into this cave, and we've been here for around an hour if we're lucky. And during all of these events, the most amount of time that could have passed was like 2 hours. And in that time, Jirocho and everyone else went across this body of water, reached the shrine, and have been waiting. All before Idate got there. Like, why is everyone faster than the person running the fucking race? Just have some random guy run it. They would have been faster.
I'll do it, but I'll need your help, Naruto.
Okay. Good moment to end off the episode. At least we're on our feet. This episode, as a whole, should go to hell. It has that same problem as the first episode where it's just telling you everything. Except this time they're trying to make Idate likable in the process when he's just not. He's definitely more complex, but that doesn't mean we should now care about him. And I think this episode has that mistaken. Really badly, too. Flawed characters are typically more interesting than perfect characters because their flaws allow the character to grow, and in the process make them more likable. And it's almost like they feel like they've done that already, and they haven't. Not even close. Naruto's Rasengan thing is cool, I guess. Sasuke and Sakura exist, I guess. But the Rain Ninja and Aoi were kind of dead in this episode. Boring is probably a better way to put it. I think that's pretty much everything I need to say here, or rather wanted to say. I don't really want to be on this episode for much longer. If you want to support me more than just watching this video, you can become a member on Patreon. And yeah, next episode, a fierce battle of Rolling Thunder. I watched like 20 episodes of Black Clover so far, and I finally, it clicked for me. I think Asta wants to become the Wizard King.